Oh.
Hello. Hi, Kristen from Undercover News. Uncover the News. Hi. Watching Trump rally is banging a head on the desk. Trump is back to saying Putin is smart. He thinks Putin made a mistake, but then just describes it as a great negotiation that didn't go so well for him. Oh, dear. Yeah, he's got to try and do something. Hi, 171 sign in, because Biden came out and absolutely ripped Putin a new one. And yeah. So, hi, Claudia Pava. You're in Portugal, my dear. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Bonnie. Women's March officially calls for Justice Clarence to be impeached. Have a look and see whether he'll be impeached, or whether he'll resign first. Thank you, my darling.
Keep going.
Have my nice little Zen garden here. My nice little Zen garden. I set it up on the desk. Can look at it. I've been really, really busy, but I did something I haven't done in quite a while last night, and I love going into paint and using the shapes and all that, and just creating images. Hi, Yvonne White. Hello. Welcome. And just creating images. And what I did was I created some images last night, and then added, use shapes and use them as the background for shapes. And I made some emojis. So if you're one of my members, hopefully your emojis should come up. And if you are a member, maybe you could post a couple of the emojis that I made. They should be available now. And yeah. Yeah. ACT reports 799 new cases of COVID overnight. Yeah. And yeah, so I find I use the shapes and I bring out different colours, and I use some different things. Hi, Craig Dixon. Judy, could you see if there's any of the emojis available to you that I published last night? Hi, my Steve. How are you? And I create these images, and yeah, I haven't done it in ages, so I really enjoyed it last night. I caught my friend the lovely Sheila Celtic Tarot caught her live last night, and that was great. So there's some stuff to read on. There really is. Yeah, I thought that I did a reading on Representative Fortenberry ages ago, and I saw him having to resign. Hi, Viviane. Um, will there be a world food shortage because of wheat and all that, which Ukraine is the world's wheat belt? I mean, we have some big wheat belts here, but we can't cover the world. Hi, Renee Rogers. Will there be a new Cold War after this? Who's got some questions? Yes, that was a shock about the Foo Fighters, wasn't it? The drummer from the Foo Fighters, 50 years old. I mean, I'm 55, so. Hi, Pamela Bryant. Hi, Catherine Stubbs. Yeah, I was watching my friend Sheila last night. She's at work, I would imagine now. So, yeah. Um, no, hang on. I'll have to go and see. I've got Strike Bubble. Yeah, got C Delic, H Delic, Strike, and Bubble. But they've come up as the words, not as the pictures. So I don't know if they're going to. I'll have to go have a look here to see how they come up. But then I'm doing the live, so. Thanks. Oh, Ron's on. We always seem to clash. I'll have to have him on one of mine. Trump is asking for a boycott of the midterms. Yeah. Who's got if yeah, he's not really thinking, is he? So I just want to check if the emojis I put up are working. So oh They do work. So I'll ask you guys, what do you think of the emojis I made? The two circular ones. I want to do a heart one, but they're really hard to do. I've got to get the thing right. But there's two circular ones and a lightning strike and a square one at the moment. So, yeah. I haven't really done a big reading on Trump in a while. Yep, they are the right ones. I'd love your feedback on them. So we'll do. Have a good look at Trump. Yeah, I designed the images within the shapes and all that, and use paint. It's what I like doing it. I'm not a great artist or anything, but I do like drawing and stuff. So yeah, and using paint just to create these things. Biden gave a very fiery speech. My haunted locations show. I usually do them around the 13th of the month, sort of like on the Friday that's closest to the 13th of the month, and I call them not quite Friday the 13th. But yeah, I might do another one. Not quite sure. So yeah, I'll probably do another one in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. Hi, Ewart. Yeah. So hi, Patricia Frangino. Deborah Costro, hello. Keisha, hello. Not the speaker. What's wrong with the speaker? Can you hear me? Or is your speaker gone? Keisha Harris's speaker has gone. We'll get stuck into things in just a moment. Oh, was it yesterday? I was talking, or was it Thursday? Now, I was speaking to, I had my first one-on-one chat with people, face-to-face chat with members yesterday. I can't remember whether it was yesterday or Thursday morning. I was speaking about occasionally getting a flash of a picture, an explosion sort of thing. And I thought it was in my eye, and we were talking about petrol and oil and all that, and I got like a flash of a oil or petrol storage facility exploding. And I just remembered overnight with the Lviv news, apparently the missile struck an oil storage facility or something. So, yeah. Okay. So the Lviv strike. It was a message to Biden. I was reading headlines last night saying, "Oh, it looks like he's talking about backing off." No, he doesn't know how to back off. Becoming Speaker of the House. No, that will never happen. Never happen. Okay. So let's get stuck into some cards, eh? Lviv's not very far from the Polish border. And Biden has said, "You put 1 foot on NATO territory and we will be obliged to, kick your ass in retaliation," basically. So, yeah. But we haven't opened up with a Trump reading for a while. Oh, poor darling. Trump's sinking ship. Okay, we'll open up with that. Trump's sinking ship. Let's have a look. Read on Trump's sinking ship. And remember, memberships are open. You get some emojis that you can use. I'll be swapping them about. I can only put 4 up at the moment. So I'll be swapping them about as I create some more and get the dimensions right and things like that. So, yeah. I'm having fun with it. Okay. Oh my goodness, sorry for the big yawn. I inadvertently stayed up much later than I wanted to last night, and then before I went to bed, I fell asleep on the lounge all night. So I cracked on the lounge all night. So, all right, that was my 3rd late night, and so yeah, I'm a bit, yeah. Trump's like those one of those blobs from the Fantastic Voyage. What are they? White blood cells, or something? They overtake Donald Pleasance, and he goes, yeah, and he gets all absorbed and stuff. It's a very old movie, Fantastic Voyage. It had Raquel Welch, Donald Pleasance, a couple of other people in it. And it's brilliant. Just one of my favorites from when I was a kid, where they shrink them down and they put them into this man's body to clear a blood clot and all that. It's really, really cool. If you've seen Inner Space, it was sort of very much a sort of a tribute to a funny tribute. Oh, is he? Okay. How fast is Trump's ship sinking? It's turned turtle, and it's just being held up by, it's a bit like the Poseidon Adventure, as it gets pockets of explosions and each level gets only Trump's not going to be able to climb out of a hole out in his own ass. I'm sorry. Okay, let's have a look. How fast is the SS Trump sinking? Queen of Swords. People are starting to turn on him. The thing about the Queen of Swords is when she gets pissed off, she can turn your back on you. She can become very, very chilly. January 6th contempt vote. What's that vote? Hi, Tina Sanor. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that lovely comment. What's a contempt vote? Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh, blessings. Please healing energy to Linda B's husband. He's left a ring finger. Oh. 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 Please send healing energy, universal spirit. Please send healing energy to Linda B's husband. Oh my goodness. And to her family for this traumatic event. Okay. What is the January 6th contempt vote? Will Ukraine finally get the jets? I'm getting yes, but I'll do a card reading on that. Has Clarence absconded? Hang on. I've just okay. So people are he's starting to get the cold shoulder. What's his challenge here? Finding someone to pass his wisdom onto. Thing is, all of the likely candidates, they're all going to end up in trouble. All right, okay. Yep. Finding someone to pass his wisdom onto. Look, don't believe whatever they come out with about the size of the rallies. They are getting less and less. Or people are coming, they're listening for a few minutes and then they're leaving. It's like they're, and he expects them to pay for the privilege. And they're just, no. So his challenge is, I'm just doing a 5-card cross here, is, this is definitely a passing of the torch one. And discretion is the better part of valor. And his challenge is keeping his mouth shut. The hermit, keep out of the way. He doesn't know how to do that. But also he's finding it hard to find the right person to pass his torch onto. What's the advice for Donald Trump? There's no reversals in this deck, but I feel like this card should be reversed. It is the High Priestess, and it's like the advice for Donald Trump is just, stop trying to sound deep and mysterious and meaningful and all wise, because you're only coming across as shallow and conceited and totally unlearned, knows nothing, shallow knowledge on any subject. What's at the base of this reading? Why all this? The Hierophant. What's at the base of all this? He thinks that he should be in the chief role. He still thinks he should be chief cook and bottle washer. Okay. Even though all he does there is throw meals on the ground and smash plates in the sink, but this is at the basis of it. And this is his ego too. It's just so friggin' huge. You know, they're all, these are his egos. They're all coming out in major arcana. It might be because he's doing a rally now, you know, that major arcana are coming out. Big, all big. I have to pass on my wisdom. Every time he opens his mouth, he shows that he's shallow and conceited and stupid, basically. But he still has the belief that he should be the chief cook and bottle washer. You know, what is the outcomes going to be for Trump? Here he is. I must be picking up on something because he's saying, I'm strong, but I'm just getting undermined. This is his intent. All he wants to do is undermine the government and eat cheeseburgers. There's a ban on insurgents running for Congress at a rally at a Trump. Oh, she's throwing a temper tantrum over it. Yeah. King of Wands, he's never going to give up the idea that he should be president and that he's going to be president again. What's on the bottom here? What's the shadow? Oh. Okay, remember what I said about his ego and how it's coming out in all these major arcanas. I'm the big strong man. He's not. I'm big and wise and I know things more than anybody else. He's not. He's shallow. He's stupid. I have nothing but wisdom to pass on. He's really finding it hard to find the right person. He's turning on people all the time, and people don't want to be carrying that torch. I should be the president. I should be the president. Remember, I was just saying this is his ego. It's just really big. People aren't really listening. You know, I should be king. This is his ego. What's on the bottom of the deck? What was the shadow card on the bottom of the deck? Insecurity, trying to hang on in any way he can to any vestiges of power. Yeah, it might be because he's speaking at a rally now, but all the big ego, you know, big major arcana cards are coming out, and they're all like in reverse. I get the reverse for every single one of them, and it's like, yeah. Now, will Ukraine get those jets? I got you, yes, but I'm going to do a guides of the highest truth and compassion. Please help me reach into the energy. Will Ukraine get those jets? Okay. There's still some stuff to be sorted out with them for some reason. Anxiety. The longer it takes for them to get there, the more anxious people are about them. I feel like someone's trying to scupper it because they're really needed in this conflict. They're really, really needed for this conflict. And the longer they have to wait, that, you know, getting these jets will help pull back on, will help the Ukraine. But until then, it's just, yeah, you see that this person's woken up. There's a battle scene underneath them. The support for them to get the jets is strong, but why haven't they got them? Will they get them? Yes or no? See, yes, the plans are there. They're in place. They've got to look at a bigger picture issue, which is, you know, getting the jets to them without, you know. So if they're going to get them, will they get them in the next week or so? Okay, they are going to get them. Yes. I said within the next week or so, and that's a possibility. So yes, they will get them. They are destined to get them sooner rather than later. Yes. Oh, yep. A change in the place in the world. So I don't know what that is all about. Right. So we've got two major arcanas asking the yeah, and we've got yes for both of them. It's going to change their status here. And I said in the next week or so. I'm getting for some reason it's going to take the combined efforts of 4 countries to get them there. But will they get them? Yes. But soon? Will it be soon, or will it just be too late? Yeah, soon. They'll get them soon. Okay. So this is the Ace of Wands. It's a minor arcana, so that means sooner rather in times rather than later. Hi, Tammy Aldrich. Yeah. Might be getting all that stuff in place, Craig. Hey. Okay. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's ranting that somebody who's been declared an insurgent or found what she Constitution's ban over insurgents running for Congress. Hi, Joe G. Hi, Maureen Ho. How? Thank you. It's my little curly headband. I do like it. It's a very pretty band. I thought I'd go understated with the head today because I'm wearing one of my favourite dresses and it's very bright. Probably could lose a couple of kilos, and I've had it for years, but I love it. I love the colours and everything. So, is there going to be food shortages until this conflict is over? It highlights a need not to rely on just one area in the world largely for one certain sort of resource. You know, what was it? So I heard someone say Ukraine was the world's wheat belt. It certainly supplies a large amount of grain to the rest of the world. Not the whole amount, but yeah, there's definitely, it's like going from the cup runneth over to the cup not, you know, it's going to be a case of refilling it, constantly refilling the coffers. finding new sources and stuff, and that could cause some shortages of some things on occasion. So, yeah. Hi, Catherine Bush. Yes, definitely going to need to be conversations with the other parties about supplying some staple base staple grains and things like that. Can it be? Oh, Catherine Bush, thank you very much. So appreciated. And talking about new opportunities in agriculture and stuff. But yeah, so some countries are going to feel the pinch in some shortages. And yeah. Hi, Sherry Bryant. Haven't seen you in a while. It's lovely to see your name back on there. Total war on Russia. It's not the case. Okay. Was Lviv a big I dare you? Because they were bombed. There was a missile strike there. Lviv is very close to the Polish border. So I understand. For some reason, I had the idea that it was on the other side, in the eastern part of the country. But hi, Faye McCarry. Okay. Might have a troll because that's just not true. If you're not a troll and you've just come on to make trouble, you can go away. But yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, too, is I'm pretty sure these bots or troll bots and all that, they use other people's names, too, I'm thinking. Yeah. Not even going to read out the comment. And hello to all my lovely lurkers and to people who watch later. And if you don't have the chat on, I'm not even going to read out the comment that the troll said, because it's just not worth it. I'm not going to spread their poison if you don't have the comments on. So Joji, well done. Praying for a troll's restored good health. Okay. The question's been asked, was it an I dare you to Biden? And yeah, it was. This flipped over. Lviv. This is like, I can do whatever I want because I'm in complete control here. Oh, look, squirrel. So I'm going to dare you, like a big bully in the playground. And I love it when Biden gets fired up because, yeah, he may be in his late 70s, but when he gets fired up, it is like, whoa. Yeah, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, those planes will make it to Ukraine. Claudia, is it Claudia or Claudia? Hmm. Is he going to push it too far? Oh, look, there is a destined change coming in this situation with Putin. I was just asking the question, is he going to push it too far? And I think he's destined to. He just doesn't know when to stop. This is Putin. There's a Canadian chain that there's a dish called poutine, which is fries, you guys would call them, but we call them chips, with a gravy and cheese or stuff all over the top of it. And they're changing the name of it because it sounds too similar to Putin. Okay. Yeah, and he's destined to push it too far because he's power hungry and he won't stop, even when he's told to by the people around him. Yeah, here it is. He's pushing things too far. And he's going to keep pushing things. But the thing is, he's not looking at the people in his own country. And this is them. It's like a new horizon, like a rainbow in the sky. And it's like his time is coming to an end. Maybe not on Earth, but his time doing what he's doing is coming to an end. He can't keep going back to the well, constantly filling it and not. He can't keep doing that. I asked a question the other day, is Putin going to be around for G20 in October? I'm getting the Queen of Cups, but this is Russia, not Putin. Russia will be around. But what about Putin? The crazy night. The chaos. I mean, the real crazy night with the Knight of Swords. The fastest moving knight charging through, not thinking. The hope, we've got the star card here, which be about hope and rebalancing things, and also things being led in a different direction, as the sailors used to look to the stars for direction. He's pushing it. He's pushing it. He thinks he's in total control, but and he's daring Putin. It was a message at Biden. It was the attack on Lviv was a message to Biden. And Biden bit back. It was like, come and get us, come and get us. We talk about, there's a Japanese politician called Abe who's been popping up quite a bit lately. He's a bit of a guts or glory type guy from what I've read about him, and I have to admit that's not much. But he's calling for a reintroduction of nuclear weapons development in Japan. Expanding their nuclear power thing to look at weapons. Will Ginny's law license be revoked? We'll have a look at the Thomases next. But there's one question that has come up. Is the world heading towards a new Cold War? And it wouldn't just be between Russia and the US and stuff. It would be, how is the world heading towards a new Cold War? What flew out? 2 cards flew out. It seems to be heading that way quite a lot quicker than we would like to think. Hi, Geek. Oh, thank you. And the resources are there for it to build up. But it's part of what sanctions and deals are. We seems to be heading in that direction, doesn't it? It feels like it sometimes. And like I said, quicker than we want. I keep getting this, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, going back to the well too often. It's going to lead up to, what, I do think there's going to be a new era of unease and of unease about nuclear. And distrust. Are we heading towards a new Cold War? Cold War. Yes, but not an official one, not something that can be officially called a strike, a new strike war. It's like nobody fully trusts anybody else. And I think the next 10 years is going to be really, really, what are the next 10 years going to be like with regard to nuclear? Yeah. It's justified to be worried about that. The next 10 years, it's going to be moving towards balancing things out. But, this power is a double-edged sword. It needs to be carefully balanced. With the Justice card there. So it's a justified feeling. Is the next 10 years is this going to be something that's going to dominate the next 10 years? Yes, until a new balance is found. But, we've got an angel here, and she will help us, and the angels will help us find a new balance. but it's going to take about 10 years or so. How will Putin be taken out? Well, he's not going to be, taken out. But he is going to be removed from power. Okay, let's move on. LF, yeah, hi. Yeah. But he's going to be, he's going to be like taking refuge in a quiet place. Hi, Bernice Henson. When Shix tells me to do the research. Okay. Keisha Harris. Bye-bye. Good night, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Will Clarence Thomas be impeached? Hi, J Cat Lady. Oh, he's definitely facing loss. Loss and regret. This is a yes card, definitely. Wishes coming true. But this is somebody who didn't mind who he stepped on to get where he was either. He knew what his wife was doing. And he chose to ignore it. We've got the Hanged Man. Halting in progress. This could be about him sacrificing himself. So he might opt to resign rather than be impeached. Will he opt to resign rather than be impeached? To struggle. No, he'd rather struggle on. But this is one of the options, but he'd rather struggle on. That's it. Will he resign rather than be impeached? Yeah, I think he's going to opt in the end to resign. But it's still, he's going to try and wait this out. That's an interesting question. Will Clarence Thomas's past cases be reviewed now that he's been compromised? Interesting question. And Judy Malley, thank you. You've been sharing my emojis, have you? And I'll be designing more. I design the backgrounds and stuff using paint. I just use paint. And yeah. So we'll swap decks out. Will his past cases be subject to review? Your baby girl, you're sitting your grandson. Oh, that's nice. J Cat Lady's babysitting. So will his past cases be up for review? There is definitely growing support for that to happen. Alvin Braggs be investigated. Yeah, there's definitely going to, look, they're already looking at his financial situation. There's growing support to do it, but I do think it will come to nothing because, as you said, the Supreme Court, they can, you know, look at, hold themselves to a different standard. He'll probably wiggle his way out of that because if just his Supreme Court cases, once a judge's decisions are brought up for his, it's every decision, and that could affect hundreds, if not thousands, of cases that he has sat on. And so, no, I don't think they will, even though there's growing support for it. I don't think it will come to anything, the call for that. Oh, really? Let's have a look. That's an interesting. I'm going to look at Ginny now. Hey, sweetheart. Could you do me a fresh coffee, please? Yes. Joji has asked, how about a look at the economy for the US, Australia, Canada, UK? How will the average Joe make it in the months ahead? Okay, I'll do everything, all the countries at once, just the economy in general. Okay, Ginny Thomas's law license. It's Carlton. You're being called Carlton now. Carlton was a character who never appeared on television as well. Yeah. Even yesterday, I don't know. Geek Hillbilly and Aline joined me for a face-to-face chat yesterday, which I will be doing once a month, last Friday night of the month, Saturday morning, my time. And if you're a member, you can join in on those chats. The link will be put on the community as a members only post. And I am Em's lurking today. And yeah, even then hubby wouldn't show his face. They saw like what? They saw this much of his hand, just the tips of his fingers. He wouldn't show anymore. First it was really cold and now it's really hot. Can you turn that aircon back on, please?
Sure. Do you just want you want to use this Nescafe or something else?
The what?
You want Nescafe or something else?
No, Nescafe is fine. We've got shopping coming this afternoon, Pub, and we've got shopping coming tomorrow. So. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did watch some of that. Yes. Yeah. I do worry about her with some of the deep dives she does, but I'm sure she protects herself well. Ginny Thomas, is she in danger of losing her law license? Oh. Now, I've been hearing stories about these texts she sent to Mark Meadows. I haven't really read the stories. And so I've just been seeing the headline. Is she going to be called before the 1-6 committee? Is she going to be subpoenaed? Yes, they're going to want the text. Yeah, they're going to be subpoenaed. They've been validated as real. Oh, Prantna. Oh, hello, Prantna. Look, I don't don't generally do personal readings, my darling. I convinced for your marriage. Oh, sweetheart. Oh. Partner, yeah. If you want to email me, I'll put my email up. Okay, you can email me. I do personal readings, but I don't, but this is my email, partner. And yeah. And I can tell you about how to go about. I don't do them online. You request me. Oh, sweetheart. You're so, oh, you're begging me. I do think it's a heartbreaking situation. Partner, if you send me an email, I can send you information how to get a reading, and I can do a reading for you. But I don't do them online on the lives and stuff because, I do have to, yeah. So it breaks my heart when somebody. It really does. Thank you, Marie Henson. If you email me, Prasna, send me an email at footprinttarot@gmail.com. I'll see if I can help you in some way. Okay. Ginny Thomas. There's got to be a balancing of the scales. Her role in undermining. She played a role. And she's going to have to answer for that. No, I don't have any reversals in that deck. You're the situation. You email me and we'll see what we can do, sweetheart. Okay? But, yeah. You just send me an email. Claudia Pavitt, yes, you're right. Until he's forced out of power, he will continue this to throw everyone else. Yeah, so this is reverse sabotaging, undermining the strength. So, yes, she did play a role in that. Will she be charged with conspiracy? It's going to be an end, complete and irreversible change in her life. So whether she is or not, the changes that are coming at her are not the best. I got the 8 of Pentacles. You just email me anyway, Prafna, and I'll see what I can do. What I got here was, hi Celtic Seer, was yeah, I can't do readings for free generally because it does help supplement my income, and this does the memberships. So it's, I got, instead of pentacles, she's going to be punching number plates. She was so sure of herself. She was really shoddy in covering things up, which is how these texts have come about. Yeah, making license plates. Yep, that's what I got. I was like, oh, there she is. She's punching, but that's not a pentacle. It's a license plate. It didn't change to a license plate, but I knew exactly what she was going to be punching with. So, yeah. It's strange because I'm using StreamYard. When you put up my my emojis, I'm getting the name of the emojis. But yeah, I'll be, swapping them. I can only do like 4 at the moment, so I'll be swapping out. But they're going to be using my original designs that I come up with using paint. If you want to, I'll show you a little bit of an image of where some of the backgrounds have come from. You applied for a custom plate, geek. Well, you never know. Maybe she'll be the one who makes it. So these are the sorts of things that I come up with. I was playing with these last night, and yeah, came up with some emojis like the lightning strike emoji. This heart one is I'm trying to get that sorted, the dimensions sorted, so it can go in there and stuff. And yeah, so yeah, I quite enjoy it. Oh, if you want to use my emojis, you're going to have to become a member, Deborah. So you have to join the membership. You don't just get the emojis, you get a badge every month. The badge changes. Then, yes, I'll work on some footprints. And yeah, they'll be bright and colourful, but using some of my designs that I come up with. Okay, now Alvin Braggs. Yeah, Ginny Thomas has got a lot coming at her. Clarence Thomas, I don't think he's going to be in. Okay. God's highest truth and compassion. Can you please lead me to Clarence Thomas energy? Is he going to be on the bench much longer? I do feel like there's a change coming for him. So I'm feeling no, that there's a change coming for him. So much longer. That's still a major arcana. So that's still, it's not like going to be today or tomorrow. Could be a couple of weeks or a couple of months probably. Will the Wagner Group mercenaries have a significant impact in Ukraine? Oh, that's all right, Sherry. Thank you for joining us. It's been lovely to see your name back. And yeah, again, all my lurkers and all the people who watch later, thank you so much. It means so much that you continue to watch me and stuff. And yeah. Geek. I think you locked enough body parts as it is. Oh no. Okay. Oh, here they are. As long as they're paid, they'll continue to make a mess and have an impact. But when the money stops, what happens when the money stops? Well, the truth is pretty clear to cut through all the bullshit. When the money stops, they're gone. Let's have a look. Yeah, when the money stops, they're gone. But while they're there, they're going to be creating problems. Yep. Love and light back to you too, Judy. Okay. Yeah, but yes, I mean, they're paid to have an impact. Yeah, so if you want to use my emojis, then I will be chopping and changing them at times because I can only put up 4 at a time. You have to become a member. It's $3.99 a month. That's it. There's no different levels or anything. It's just $3.99 a month. And yeah. Babe, can you come here for a minute? Can you come here for a minute?
Sure, what's happening?
Could you please make me a fresh coffee?
What's that? What's the matter with it? Ooh, what's that?
I don't even want to think about it, considering I've had a couple of sips. There was something floating in my coffee, and I thought, well, might be nothing, but
Yeah, nothing. But
yeah.
I'm fired.
Yeah.
What about nothing?
I'm not prepared to take that chance.
Look good. What'll happen then?
I said,
What's your breakfast? Bit of egg off the plate.
it was just egg. No, he said it was egg off the plate. Okay, fine. I don't know how a bit of egg scrap from my breakfast got into my coffee. So it wouldn't have hurt me, but still, no, not blowflies. There were no blowflies in my coffee. It's just a couple of extra. I think I know what happened is that when he picked up the spoon, yeah.
I had to clean the plate off and
James is a prince.
put the spoon down.
You are. You're a prince.
A what?
You're a prince.
Prince.
Craig Dixon. He's a prince. Craig Dixon said you're a prince. You lying bugger. You told me you was a tyre fitter. He wasn't a tyre fitter. I won't tell you. Well, he's a retired teacher. Okay. There was just a little bit of food that got into my coffee. Hey?
You sure you want this cafe?
Yeah.
Right.
Why?
Rough. That's why. That's rough as.
My liver can still take it. Can't take much, but it can take the coffee. Prince of Coffee. He's the Prince of Coffee. Oh, now the truth is coming out. The Prince of Coffee. Oh, you know what? He told me he was from Subiaco.
Prince of Coffee requires a
He said he was born in Subiaco. He didn't say nothing about no place called Coffee. Oh. No, it wasn't flies. It was just a couple of from my breakfast plate. I think I would have spotted a fly.
Oh, God, I hate the thought of it. Why? Ugh.
But he's very sweet. Yeah. Now the truth comes out. Yeah. Hi, Marie. If you're new to my channel, honestly, this is it. This is me. I chat. I do the cards. I interact with my hubby because he keeps me in coffee.
Caffeine.
And he just absolutely teases the hell out of my subscribers because he doesn't want his face on. And the motto for my channel, and I'm going to have to put it up somewhere, is embrace chaos, because that's what you get. One day my cat's tail got lit on fire. That I didn't do it. She just stuck her tail in a candle.
And watched it burn.
I did not watch it burn.
No, the cat.
Oh, the cat watched it burn.
Stuck the tail.
Anything can happen, you know, it's just the way it is, and I wouldn't change it. You know, I have subbies come and go. I have some people stick around for a while and, oh no, it's just too much for me and leave. Well, that's fine. But if you're gonna watch me, you're gonna have to embrace chaos, because you never know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Prince didn't detect his what for 2 minutes and 31 seconds. No, there's no flies in my coffee. It was just a little couple of scraps of egg. Mm. Yeah, thank you, Tammy. Oh, the fly. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the fly. No, there was no fly in the coffee. I thought for a minute, you know how sometimes you get, if you're eating beer nuts or peanuts, and you get the little coating from a beer nut, you know, because they've got that red coating. I thought for a minute it might be a couple of pieces of coating from beer nuts, and then I realized we don't have beer nuts. He said, no, it was from the plate that the spoon was resting on. Not Superfly. Now he's a flyer, which is I think a position in rugby union. So yeah. Okay. Let's get back to the business of reading. Okay. I've got a whole list of mysteries to do as well. Here, some mystery readings to do. I've got a list of mysteries from World War II to look at. And then, of course, I've got some more lost treasures, hidden treasures. I did one on a subject, and I'm not going to tell you what the subject is because I do want to do it again later. But the mic was on when I started. Then when I turned to stop the video, it was a great reading too. The mic was off, and I'm like, what the hell? I swear some of these things don't want to be read on. So, yeah. Okay. Who's got a question for me, my darling? Oh, Alvin Bragg. I don't think Letitia James has enough to remove him for dereliction of duty. I can't wait for Scotty for marketing and Albo to debate. I'm not even going to bother watching. I mean, Scotty, the Liberal Party who are in power, or the LNP, the coalition, have put out a pre-election debate because our elections are in May, a pre-election budget, sorry. Yeah. If you're on a pension, you're going to get a $250 payment. It will help, but, you know, and they're thinking of either reducing or scrapping the excise tax, the gas tax for a while. Yeah, that'll help. But honestly, I don't think the pre-election budget is going to help. So, will Letitia James investigate Alvin Bragg's reluctance to continue the investigation? Well, there's definitely more to come out about it. This might not necessarily be her charging in to investigate with the Knight of Swords, but there's more to come out about it. Yeah, there's definitely some things that there's definitely something murky happening, but as to what it is and why it is, I don't know that it. I think that this Trump business is a trigger that might see him leaving. Because it's going further back. I don't think it's going to be not wanting to go ahead with indicting Trump that's going to take him out. I think it's something from further back. So I think there may be some investigations happening. So is he going to have to resign, or will he be, or will he resign or be? Yeah, look, he might have to resign. Hi, Harley girl. Yeah, here's this investigative. But I think it's causing people to have a closer look at his record. There's going to be consequences in the end. So I think there might be. His hopes is to take that office in a different direction too. So he's got plans for that office that people aren't 100% happy with either. Here is the greedy merchant not minding who he's kept. I think this has sort of caused some people to stop and pause and say, hey, who's really been put into that office, elected into that office? We need to investigate more. So there might be stuff coming about him. I don't get him leaving or being forced to resign yet, but on the bottom of the deck, I've just noticed, was the card of movement, moving away, maybe not having control of the. Yeah. Will the world income tax on the rich be implemented? Yeah. And somebody asked me to read basically about the global economy and how, like, your average Joe is going to cope over the next year or so. And I'll do that now. Okay. But will the world income tax on the rich? Be really hard to implement something like that. The words IMF or the letters IMF, International Monetary Fund, went through my head before as a way of possibly instituting this, some form of in which they could go in and investigate. But there's definitely going to be, I think, some sort of fairer taxation on rich people happening. So I've got good cards towards that, but I don't know if it's just going to be an overall tax on the rich, you know. So let's swap out the deck. And what I'm going to do is, somebody asked me about how is the average Joe going to go over the next year with the world economy. You know, me, Renee there, Randy, some Sweet Pea in England, Claudia in Portugal, all those places. Just, you know, the average person. How are we going to go over the next year with the economy? How's it going to affect us? How are we going to be how's it going to affect us being able to live? Hi, Edna May. Hello, my dear. Oh, need some moderators. Okay. Who wants to be a mod? I thought I had a few. Geek, will you be a mod for me? Joji. Celtic, will you be a mod for me? Yeah. Hey? No, sweetie. Thank you, my dear. Anyone else want to be a mod for me? Thank you, guys. I've just appointed 3 new mods. Thank you. Troll Slayers, ready! That's all right, Edna May. That's fine if you don't know how. There's lots of people who do moderations, but, you know, some people, they do it on every channel they're on, and I don't want them to feel they have to do it on it with everyone. So basically all you have to do is just block or put people in timeout. So thank you to the 3 of you. Okay, so what's the next year going to bring for just the average Joe? And if you want access to my emojis, you're going to have to become a member, my dears. $3.99 a month. I do Monday to Friday, every weekday, I'll do a 10-minute hot topic video on different videos. A geek, maybe you can tell them about what they're like. You'll be doing, I am going to be doing more of my hidden treasures and mystery videos. And if you remember my channel, you'll get them a day or so before other people. So, and I'm going to be releasing some of the hot topic videos that I did the first week I was here. I won't do every hot topic video I do, but about a week or so, I might release one or two of them to the general people so you can have a look at some of the things that are looked at, because I do all over. I look at different places everywhere to find some different stories to look at. Okay. So how are we going to go for the next year? I'm going to do a full cross on this. So it's us. Just us. Us as people. Our happiness, our grumpiness. Just us. Us as people. How are we, the average person, the average little squibby squab, how are we going to deal with economically over, what does the economy have in store for us, the global economy? How are we going to manage over the next year? Card just flew out. Night, Bernice Henson. Thank you for joining us. You take care on your walk. So, surprisingly enough, what flew out was the Emperor. And the Emperor can be about stability. So the overall road we're heading towards this year, but I do feel like it's going to be reached, is better economic stability, but we're not there yet. So this is the ultimate goal for the year, I think. So if this is the ultimate goal for the year, I'm going to put that in the center. Stability for people having enough. The Emperor is the provider for the people, so us having enough. And then also economic stability and stability of leadership, and all of those things matter. And how the waters coming down from the mountains and onto the plains can carve new pathways, new rivers and pathways, and how we can carve new pathways for ourselves. On the bottom of the deck, which I didn't mean to look at, but I did, was there are going to be new opportunities coming up for people in different places. But they're not just, as much as the hands come out and say, here, new opportunity. This is something you also have to work for. And they're not just going to appear. You have to look around. So, yeah, look around at what opportunities are out there for you. Okay? What are the challenges for the year for us squibby squabs? Squibby squabs. I've got the Queen of Cups. Stability, emotional stability, working hard to maintain that. The Queens are hard workers. They are where the Kings direct things. Okay? And it's not traditional gender roles we're talking about here. This is where the kings, a woman can be a king, a man can be a king, a man can be a queen, within the context of tarot. They're not gender specific. So it's like where the kings can give us guidance in a direction. The queens are the ones who make sure everything's there. Make sure the emotional stability is there. Make sure the resources are there. That can be guided, so that we can be guided in those directions. So, and it's hard work. So the challenge for us as people is to work hard to make sure that our emotional stability and communication with others and our creativity, because cups are about creativity as well, that we don't block ourselves off to opportunity. Put the lid on this opportunity. You see the lid is off. So the opportunities are being released out into the world. We just have to find them and make sure we don't snuff them out by putting the lid back on. If you get that, if you get that. Okay. What is at the base of this reading? Okay, changes to the way the world works and the world economy works. Now, don't be scared. This is the death card, okay? But as we all know, it doesn't mean literally death of an economy. But it means the ending of the way things are done. Some things have been done in the past just do not fit into the future, no matter how hard we try and make that adaptive approach, that adapt to new approaches. You've got to go from a singular, straight-on approach to a more adaptive approach. So these changes that are happening in economies over the world, they're not something that can be reversed. So we're going to see some economies really suffer. Okay? And the need to step up and help is going to bring about changes. This big person overriding all the little person, it is going to change. There's always going to be corporations, big companies who, have an idea that everyone should do things the way they want them to do. But there's going to be changes with that. Okay? And you know what? As much as social media can be a pain, as much as the internet can be a pain, it's enabled changes to happen all over the place. So there's definitely going to be some irreversible changes. Basically, the sun is sinking on some of the old towers, and they are going to come crashing down, and there's going to be some changes. But unfortunately, this is going to mean some economies are going to be crashed beyond repair. I'm not talking about US, Australia, UK, Canada, all those, but some of the smaller ones. Okay, there's going to be an end to smugness and abuse. To people having total autonomy over their country's autonomy. So that sort of hold is going to be. There's going to be changes implemented that are going to. It's not all going to change overnight. The changes are long term. In some countries, there's going to be. It's the start of a journey where the economic power, how Putin was just able to grab up everybody's money and run with it. There's going to be changes to stop that. Heaven knows how, but there are. But they'll take time to implement. It's all not going to happen overnight. So this is at the base of this reading too over the next year. So there's going to be changes starting. So there must be something they're going to impact us. What's the past with our, oh yes, we've had a few crashes. We've had a few collapses, recessions, all that sort of stuff has happened in the past. Take the lessons we've learnt from those, because and look at those and look at what people did in reaction to those. Those events were also opportunities into real insights into how to and not to run a country in economic crisis. So the past is there. We've got to learn a lot from it and also learn what to leave in the past, which is partly what this is as well. Hello, Bubba girl. How are you, my darling? Yeah? What's the tail saying? It's talk to the tail, is it? Yeah. You're not looking at me. I am getting talk to the tail. I'm not looking at you. The face is painted that way and turned that way, and she is refusing to look at me when I talk to her. So what's up? What? Have I not bowed to your command soon enough? There we go. So there's times in the past where those fall downs, financial fall downs in the past, there were lessons to be learned. There were insights that came out of those. What are our strengths as just ordinary people? Because all of these things, wow, this is all like major arcana here. We've got the Emperor, we've got the Death card, we've got the Tower. This is all big picture things. Well, yes, it is. The global economy is a big picture thing. But what is our strength as a person just sitting in our, what are our strengths? What strengths do we have in order to live our lives, and make do? Home and family and celebration, doing as much as we can in the home, even if it means planting a garden out the back. I'm the worst gardener on the earth. But I have been toying with the idea of planting a little garden with some lettuces, tomatoes, this, that, the other. My mum used to have a big veggie garden. Home and community. Long-term watchers of me, I'm very much work in the community as well to come together. Market gardens, this, that, the other, market days. Anyway, in which, grow for yourself and have enough to share and maybe get together with the community and things like that. And yeah. So our home and our communities, coming together within our homes and within our communities, that is our strength. What's in the immediate future economically? Oh my goodness, we've got another major arcana. Now I'm just talking about the average person here. The average person, the average person, the average stick figure person, squib squab. And what is in the immediate future? There is momentum within economies in the immediate future, which helps. What's the shadow card? Yeah, the opportunities. That's right. What is our attitude? What is our general attitude? And what can that tell us? Our attitude is the big wigs, and corporate money. They hog all the money. They don't share things. They're, hi, how and sweet. This is our attitude. We all get it at times, which is a call, which is why there's been a call for, hi, Fern Robin Plank Blanc, and it's, oh, the rich have all the money, hoard all the money, and yeah, that can be justified to feel that way about people, that they hoard it all, and they should all hand it out for us, and they're all corrupt. It's a very understandable attitude. It really is, when you see some of the shenanigans that some of these rich people do. For every one of them, there's 5 really, really big families with a lot of money who spend a lot of time and a lot of their money helping others. So that attitude doesn't help us, but it's an understandable attitude. And I think, yeah, there's always a bit of an us and them. They just don't want to tell us what, they just want to tell us what to do. They don't want to help us to do it. You know what I mean? I've got little clarifiers here. Hanson Roberts deck, little Hanson Roberts deck. It's a really cute little deck. Is this justified? Well, yes. We feel like there should be. I'm reading more on that. We feel like our attitude is there should be a more evening of the scales, leveling of the scales, better sharing of resources, and that's understandable. So, yeah. What do we need to know? What we, as the average person, need to know for us to work with and survive in the upcoming year with the economies, and how, what do we need to know about the economies in the next year or so, and how it's going to affect us as the average person? We've got the Queen of Wands. Instinct is what we need to know. We need to know that it's important to follow our instincts, but it's important to also be happy when we do have things available to us, and use what's available to us as much as we can. The queens are providers. Um, the Queen of Wands can be, she's a protector, but she can also be very, very fiery. But what we should be doing is encouraging new growth too, on a smaller scale, on a local scale. New growth. It's hard, but when small local businesses have had to shut down because of COVID or supply chain issues and things like that, we can't give up on encouraging and feeding new growth in the economy in whatever way we can. That's what we need to know. What are our hopes and fears for the economy? This is the global economy and how it affects, you and me, the average person. In some countries, there's subsistence living, and, that's not going to change. But what are our hopes and fears as people? We hope that we're going to be able to juggle and manipulate our resources to manage, and we fear that we're not. What are our outcomes towards the end of this year as just your average Joe in the global economy with the resources and stuff that we have? What are our outcomes? I'm going to do 3 outcome cards. Here we are. new foundations for new growth and creativity, new opportunities for new growth and creativity, which is good. With the Page of Wands there. Outcome 2. We do have everything we need around us to manage to get through. We should utilize every tool that we have around us and recognize that it's going to take hard work. Things aren't going to appear out of thin air for us as much as we wish they would. Yeah. And so use the tools that you have. If you're not a gardener like me, there's other things you can probably do to help. I know my lovely friend Sheila from Celtic Tower, she's very much an advocate of the barter economy, and I think that's great. And yeah. Now I know that there's a move. A lot of countries want to move towards circular economy, which is where you reuse everything, almost everything, and there's virtually very, very little waste. But I won't get into that now. It's just a different thing to look at. And what is the last outcome card for this year in the economy and how we're going to go as average Joes? We've got the Four of Swords, which is I think there's still some blows to come that we should be prepared for. I'll do a clarifier on that. Yeah, there's still some blows to come that we should be prepared for. And we're still going to be looking at restrictions on some goods and services simply because of supply chains or the conflict, like with shortages of some things. So for the next year, there's going to be some restrictions applying for some things. Supermarkets over here have put limits on some items in order to make sure there's enough. So while there's going to be some new opportunities, especially towards the end of the year, and we will have everything we need to make things go, we're still facing some setbacks. We're still facing some restrictions, but we're strong. We're dexterous. We know how to grow food. We know how to, there are things we can do to help ourselves to take pressure off others. But I'm not, I am an advocate of community gardens and community markets and things like that, and the community coming and getting together. Yeah, so, and if you can't do something, if you're like me and I can't grow a plant, our council is the largest in the Perth metropolitan area, and it is very, very big with agribusiness. There's lots of market gardens in the city of Wanneroo, but there's moves to replace some of that land and turn it into urban areas. No, thank you. What? How can you complain that there's no food on the shelf if you keep building on the land that's producing the food, and things like that. So, get behind your market gardeners, get behind your agribusinesses and things like that as well. Okay. So yeah, there are things we can do, but it's not going to be easy. You know, if you do have a big stroke of luck, thank Lord every day. And I said to hubby yesterday, I'm still so thankful that we are where we are, that we've been virtually, not entirely, but virtually untouched for 2 years. At the start, we were able to access some financial help as well when COVID first hit and stuff, and we were able to take advantage of that. But we've been very lucky. You know, yes, we're having food shortages of some things now and stuff because of a combination of things, but we're only really starting now to feel we've got something like 40,000 active cases in WA. We're only now starting to feel the real punch from this 2 years on. And, you know, so I'm just thank Spirit every day that I've been put in a place that's been able to, you know, deal with it better than a lot of other places has. I have felt lucky, and I hope I continue to be lucky. We've been very lucky in our family, and I hope that that continues. So, yeah. Anyway, that was that question. Oh, wow. Okay, who's got questions? Still got another hour to go. Hey, what happened with that trucker train? Did it come to a screeching halt? Howlin' Sweet, Deborah Costro, hi. The thing is, they can vote to get rid of Putin, but that doesn't mean he'll go. Edna May pointed out, yes, that maybe the Russians will learn from the sanctions and their struggles to finally get rid of Putin and vote for democracy. They thought they had voted for democracy when they voted Putin in. But Putin wasn't interested in democracy. It's people thought that they voted for democracy when they voted Trump in. But Trump wasn't interested in democracy. So it's, yeah. Are there more Putins and Trumps out there? Yes, there are. And will they pop their heads up over time? Yes, they will, unfortunately. They will push the boundaries and affect relationships between countries and things like that. So, yeah. Oh, that's great, Deborah Costro. Saudi question. What was the Saudi question? Okay. You know, I can get really, when I do one of those longer readings, I can get in really deep. So, Saudi question. What's the Saudi question? Hey, sweetie. My love. I was calling for Fernando. Where is he? Hey, sweetie. What was the Saudi question? Let's see. Will Saudi Arabia accept the Chinese yuan instead of the dollar for oil? Oh, interesting question.
Already? Come on, then.
Sweetie, interesting question. What's the morale? Joe G was saying morels growing her. Yeah, I don't know what morels are. I mean, I might know what they are by another name, but will the Saudis accept the Chinese yuan in payment instead of US dollars in payment for oil? Hi, Loco. Loco, it's a mushroom, is it? Loco Lolo. Hello. Okay, now it is a strategy. There's more to this picture. How are you, Loco Lolo? And welcome, my dear. So morels are mushrooms. Okay. It is a strategy that's being considered with the Two of Wands. Then we've got the Hermit. Caution. I mean, the US dollar is set as a standard, I guess, and I'm not an economist, so I couldn't be getting these comments on what does and what not, what the standards are. I know there's a gold standard and stuff, but it's the price of oil is set at US dollars, isn't it? So they're being very cautious thinking about it. I mean, it's been proposed to them. Merchants. I don't know what it would do to the cost of oil and petrol. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. What do you think, Bubby? It's the Saudis, apparently they've been considering using the Chinese yuan instead of the US dollar to set the price of oil. What do you think that would do?
No idea.
No idea, he goes.
I'll be honest.
But darling, you were omniscient when I met you.
Yeah. I see the Saudis took a missile hit recently.
Did they?
Yeah.
I think they're right to be really cautious. I think, yes, they're considering some want it, but others don't. But I think they might end up sticking with the status quo that have more. What would happen? Okay, I'll use a different deck and say, what would happen if they did accept the Chinese yuan to set the price of oil? Take yen as a payment, yeah. Yeah. I'm not an economist, but I do know yen is Japanese and Chinese is yuan, yuan. So yeah. And the only reason I know that is that my sister-in-law, hello, bless you, love you, is from China, and yeah, lovely, lovely girl. Whoa! I said, what would happen if they did use the Chinese, if they did accept the Chinese yuan? Wow! Look at that. That's not good. That's not good. So I think they will stick with the status quo. They know that what perceived advantages there might be, they're better off sticking with the status quo. So I don't think they will do that. It would be tie things up so much. Yeah, I know. It's just, yeah. I was just boasting. Yeah. Yeah. So I thought for years and years that it was Chinese yen as well. I thought it was yen as well, but it's not. It's a completely different currency. So yeah. Hi, sweet pea. How are things in the cold of England? It's slowly warming up of England. Yeah, the yuan's got nothing to back it. Oh, yeah, the dollar is the standard. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, the dollar is the standard and it will continue to be so. There you go. I will, sweet pea. Thank you, my darling. Cold. Okay. Questions, guys. Questions. Come on, from at me. Got almost another hour yet. Oh, and Cameo. Yeah, Cameo was showing me the tail before she hopped up on the desk, and I was saying hello, and she wouldn't look at me, and all we could see was her tail going. And it's like, talk to the tail. I'm not talking to you face to face. So I don't know what I've done or haven't done to pee her off, but yeah. GOP question. Was that about Letitia James? Let's have a look. Will the nasty GOP idiots who spoke down to Ketanji Brown Jackson be voted out in 2022? Yeah, I said the other day too that there'd be a few Republicans crossing the floor to vote for her too. I said that on Thursday, didn't I? I've been hearing other readers say that as well. Okay. Yeah. Will they be voted out? Well, there's definitely going to be some impact on some of their careers. I think, unfortunately, some might stay. But there's definitely going to be a full stop to some of their careers. Oh, Helen Sweet, we had a look at Clarence Thomas at the start of the video, so you have to go back to look at that. Disappointing news for some of them. Yeah, I think there could be a couple are going to be on the way out. I'm getting Cotton. If Cotton's up for re-election, I think he might not survive. I keep getting Josh Hawley's going to squeeze in. I hope I'm wrong. That's just what's going through my head now. No, they had no problem voting her in for the federal court position, but this is a Supreme Court position, and that's where they balk at anyone who isn't a GOP right-wing. Yeah, there are going to be consequences, and there are going to be questions asked. If you voted her in for the federal court position, why not this? What's the difference? And stuff like that. So there's going to be consequences for some of them, yeah. Okay. Abbott says Austin colleges can't be in Pride Week. Will stop funding. I don't think he can legally do that. But then laws are so bloody different all over the place. I have a cut on my thumb from last night. Have a look there. And it's hurting. So I'm looking for something to put over it. Yeah. Got an owie. I don't think he can legally do that. Many who win in November will be removed later. Next year will be full of special elections and governors filling Senate seats. Oh, that's an interesting thing. It's what Marie Hansen is saying, correct. Spirit. In the grander scheme of things, there could be something there, yeah. That one word, I know. Oh, Total Pigs tour. Suspensions, they're going to be, I think the House of Reps. Yeah, there will be some changes happening. There will be some. So, yeah, some strategies, suspensions or stops in progress for some people, and changes. So there could be something in that. Now, somebody asked me earlier on, and I was going to read on it, and I didn't. Katie Hochul in New York, is she going to win the governor's race this year? I apologize. I saw it and I thought, I'm going to read on that, but I didn't. So Katie Hochul, will she win the US governor's race in New York this year? Yeah, we call them Band-Aids. We've got some about, I just don't know where. Here's that strategies again, bigger picture strategies. If she doesn't get too caught up in the tiny little picture, in the minutiae, if she remembers the bigger picture strategies that people want to see, she's got the star card, which is good. So these are two good cards. She's definitely at a crossroads in decision making on strategy. The star card is good for her. And the truth card is good for her too. So yeah, it's looking good for Katie Hochul to win again. Yeah. Can't get all what in time for the election. Austin's not going to win, by the way. Abbott, sorry. Yeah. Will there be some investigations? Crooked politician. Trump can call for a boycott of the election if he wants. Will there be some investigations? There'll be some retirements. Surprise retirements. Hi, Clarence. Some people standing up to defend themselves. There might be some investigations arising out of that. There's that strategies again. Will Beto win in Texas? Now, is he running for governor? Beto. Beto. Will Beto O'Rourke be the next Texas governor? I'm getting, if not him, definitely a Democrat. Getting closer. Well, definitely that's a good card. A new journey he'll be on in November. So that's a big yes card too. But, I tried to look at the whole context of the thing. Ooh. Got the devil card. Overcoming. Overcoming something nasty. Let's have a look. These are big impact cards too. They're major arcana. Right. Corruption. Yeah. The corruption of the GOP. Will he overcome the corruption of the GOP? That's what that devil is and the King of Pentacles. Will he overcome that? Crossroads. It's going to actually be a crossroads election for Texas, if that makes sense. Tell us more. Will he overcome it? Yeah, I do think he will. Opportunities, new creativity, new communication. But it's going to be security. Like they want to hang on to power. So there's going to have to be what's going to happen to those guys who want to hang on to power and will do anything corrupt to do it. This guy's not just holding on to the 4 things. He's sitting on the bag full of stuff. That's Abbott. We'll be able to overcome that corruption. Yeah, it's going to be the Texas elections. It's going to be really chaotic. But look at this, a new dawn. So we'll see. I do think, look, it's going to be a real battle. And don't expect results to come out the next day. It could take several months for it to be settled. Hi, spirits beyond the stars. How are you? Hi, Randy Samur. You asked your pendulum if you would ever see James's face. Dead stop. The answer is no. He's lovely. He makes me the coffee. He says hello. He really does love that you say hello to him. But the only thing he's ever asked me really of this is that I don't put his face or any images of his face on telly on the screen. And yeah. There's very few subscribers who have seen his face, and that's because they're either relations of mine and they've met him, or there was one subscriber who I met. We were going garage sailing, and she was at a garage sale and she recognized me. And she'd seen his face, but that was and I do have some subscribers, bless you all. They lurk, they don't come on and comment, but they're family members, and yeah, they've seen his face. Of course they have. Oh yeah, he resigned. Yeah, he was found guilty of federal charges for lying to the FBI about campaign funds. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, whether they're going to hold his seat open for the election or what's going to happen, but will his situation affect the GOP in general in the election? He lied about where he got his money. If one of them did, what about others? So will it Fontenberry's situation affect corruption, the GOP in this upcoming election? Yeah. Disruption. It's a disruption and a distraction they don't need. The distracting student, the disruptive student, it's a disruption and a distraction that they don't need. Yes, it is. It is. People are going to wonder how corrupt other people are if he's lied to the FBI. A distraction, a disruption they don't need, and it is going to cause some anxiety in GOP ranks about the election. And if you want to become a member, for the channel, yes, I'm plugging it, but I do readings too. You can email me for readings. Just but if you want to become a member, it's $3.99 a month. That's it. That's only to one level, and you get some emojis and you get badges that change. However long you've been a member, and I've been doing 10-minute hot topic videos every weekday, and when I do mystery videos or hot topic videos, not hot topic, lost treasures, you will see them a day or so before any other people. And once a month, and I did the first one on Saturday morning my time, Friday night yours, I have a live get together where you can talk to me in person and just have a general chat about things. I did a couple of card readings on Saturday, but mainly we had a chat about all sorts of things. Hazmat Gates does that. Gates. Is Gates going to be turfed? Will he be re-elected? Oh, he's got a big battle coming up. What's going on with Gates? He's got a big battle coming up. His challenge is he's going to have a struggle ahead of him. What is his advice? What's the advice for Matt Gaetz? Start talking, buddy, and trying to make a deal. What's at the base of this? The Hanged Man. A big pause coming into his career. Is Matt Gates going to get locked up? Let's have a look. The rule of the land. Rule of the land, or law of the land. Oh, he's got a tower coming at him. Now, these are two big impact. He's got three major arcana. He's got a big pause coming at him. What's this pause about? Oh, the truth coming out. Lop it off. Hi, Michelle Mabel. I've got them. You should be able to use some emojis now. He's bid for renewal. This is the king renewal with the lizard there. Is he going to end up in jail? Oh, he's going to have to resign. It's Fortenberry tipping point. Oh, more people are coming out to talk. More people are coming out to talk. Group. Oh, interesting. Will the Queen use a wheelchair? She's in a wheelchair now, my dear, but I'll have a look. I'll do a Queen thing. I've got to go find a Band-Aid to put on my owie. It's really sore. Hang on. I don't want to flash in my undies. I need a Band-Aid. Well, I cut my thumb last night and it's really sore. Yeah. Oh, your glasses. Your glasses. You might have some in the ensuite. No, but it's very sore. Yeah. Rubbing against the cards. Oh, there's that. I was looking for this cream last night, antiseptic cream. I knew it was somewhere over here. Anyway, James is going to see if he can hunt out the Queen. Let's see. We'll do a Queen watch, will we? Bless her. You know, got nothing against us, so let's do a Queen watch.
No luck, babe.
No luck. Never mind. I'll survive. Apparently, she has been using a wheelchair at Windsor Castle. Let's do a Queen watch. How is Queen Elizabeth II doing? Let's just reach out. It's only good to read on her energy. It's only good in mind to read on her energy, to check in on her. King of Pentacles. king is looking up to the stars. He's looking very wistful. He's got the lizard on his cape, and the renewal signs on his cape. Looking very wistful. This is her. She's in that position. She's viewed as wise and compassionate and everything, but she's looking. She's looking to the stars. Bless her. She's got a bit of a journey ahead of her with her health. A bit of a rough journey. It's something that she can't stop. She can't, all the love in the world that a lot of people have for her is not going to stop the progress of time. Queen, what? Look, we've got the Tower here, which is like, it's a major arcana, so it's not going to be like tomorrow or something. Even though it's something that's expected, when it does happen, it's still going to be a shock. Okay, so it's a major arcana, so time-wise, it's still a little bit further. She's still got a little ways time here, but be prepared for that shock to happen. And I'm not going to say when, because, tarot's lousy for time, and it's not my place in the world to decide who goes when and where, But, juggling. Every day is a bit of a juggling act, but she's also feels like she has a couple of things that need to be sorted out yet. She's not quite ready to she's got a couple of things to see to yet. But yeah, things are gaining momentum, that move onwards, that move. And she's starting to feel a little bit like little things. Like they might hear her talking to Philip, or she might be starting to forget what day it is or what she did earlier. She's, I don't think she's going to reach this same age as her mum did. I do think it's going to be sooner rather than later, but not like in the immediate future. But yeah, people, it's going to be those things that people will expect but be shocked when it happens, because they were hoping it would be, I wish. William and Kate have been touring the Caribbean, and I was looking at the headlines, and I heard a bit of a headline before about, and when I was looking at the headlines, this was before I heard the part of the story this morning. The words, "He's really going to stuff this up," went through my head. I've got I don't like William. I don't know why. I don't really know anything against him. I'm just not a fan. I wasn't a huge fan of his mother. But that doesn't mean I didn't acknowledge, and I don't acknowledge. I still acknowledge all the good. She did a lot of good things with the position she was in, and that was admirable about her. But as a person, I really wasn't a big fan of her. I didn't like her that much, and I feel the same about William. I prefer Harry, but that doesn't mean I don't respect the good things that they do and acknowledge when they use their position to do good things. But I just in the Caribbean. they're touring the Caribbean, and I just feel like he's going to stuff this up. I know a lot of people want him to be king and all that. I prefer Harry as a person. As to what their positions are, I love that he instigated the Invictus Games. I think that is awesome. Now, that's an interesting question. Celtics here saying she thinks that William will be the last king. Let's have a look at that. Will William be the last king? And you know what? I was shuffling and a card flipped and it was Judgment. Could be. The last, king to have any real power. You can't just abolish the family, but it'll be more. It's slightly more than, it's still very largely symbolic, but there's still some, he's still viewed as the head of state. So will he be the last king to be head of state? Oh, look what's on the bottom. The moon. Some hidden things. But this doesn't mean there's necessarily lots of secrets about him. It's more like he's going to hidden obstacles for him. And I've got nothing against the man. I'm just not a particular big fan of him or anything like that. I don't wish him or any member of the royal family any harm. He's going to be a bit of a disappointment. I think so. He's not going to handle the pressure. There's so much expectation for him, and expectation of him, and put upon him, and so he's going to have. I just get that he's not really suited to the role. In fact, I see Kate being much more suited to a role like that than William is, which is interesting. And again, hello, my darling. What are you doing? Hey, you're going to show everyone your pretty face? You're going to show everyone your pretty face? No, just sit on the card so Mummy can't read. Oh, I'm getting the tail again. Will he be the last head of state? This doesn't mean that they're not going to, the family will. Yeah, I do feel like that's. Oh. I'm getting not necessarily. But I do feel like Judge. This Queen of Swords, cold. It's like you've got two personalities here. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. The swords are William. Pentacles is like Kate, and that doesn't mean she's a greedy, money-hungry person. She was well off before she met him. She from a well-off family. She's never had any money problems, but she appreciates what she has, and helps in what way she can, using her position as a resource. I'm still getting William's going to be a little bit of a disappointment to people, And that's going to cause people to make a judgment. Here's that judgment card again, and pretty much turn a cold shoulder to the idea of the royals, monarchy as the head of state being. That doesn't mean the royal family is going to be driven out of England or anything like that. I just think it's going to be. I do think that Kate will be the power behind William, and anything he does right, it will be because of her. But he's going to stuff things up in a way. And honestly, I have nothing against them. I'm not a big fan. I don't particularly like William as a person, but as I said, I didn't like his mother as a person, but I've got nothing against him. Will England, okay, I do feel England will stop. She is down to earth. Yeah, I don't know. She might. She loves her children. She loves little one. Yeah. I think William suffers from something that people expect him and want him to be the male clone of his mother, if that makes sense. He's not. He doesn't have that warmth that a lot of people that she radiated and attracted a lot of people. Again, I wasn't one of them, but that's fine. Will England during William's reign cease to become a constitutional monarchy? I've got the justice card, yes. They'll basically become private citizens. Page of Cups. I think there's going to be a feeling, the lid's going to be raised off. Now, I don't think, like I said, I don't think anyone's going to have it out for the royal family and want to wipe them off the face of the map or anything like that, which is just ridiculous. I cannot understand how people can feel that way about particular, upset that a family might be corrupt. I don't think the royal family is particularly corrupt or anything. I just think that, that there's going to be a feeling that, oh, sweetie. Well, yes, he is his own person. He is his own person. He's William's personality. What can you tell me about Prince William's personality? He's sort of the Page of Cups. It's like his emotional growth stopped to an extent, not completely, but there's part of him emotionally that is held back ever since his mother was killed, and he Not even Kate gets to see that. So I think people might start picking up on that. So, Page of Wands, he can talk, he's very charming. So we've got this Page of Cups. He can talk, he can be a good orator, but it's still a page. And there's the Page of Swords. That's slight disappointment. It's like he's a little bit envious of Harry. Five of Pentacles. A little bit frozen. It's like he was basically frozen in time. And since the day that happened, it's been, oh, we hate your father. We don't want him to be king. We want you to be king. And imagine growing up hearing that. You know, the country hates your father. That's just he's felt really embattled, and he's always felt like ever since then that he's had to be vigilant about everything he says, everything he says, everything he says, everything he does, every move he makes. He had to basically battle the British public for how many years before they accepted the woman he loves, and he does love her very much. And it's like, yeah, he's kept a part of himself locked away. Self-protection. And I think that's why he sort of comes off as a little bit distant and not all in. Harry comes across as all in. They're brothers. They're very different. Harry said, you don't like the woman I've chosen to marry? Okay, bye. I don't have to put up with this crap. William's like, I'm so glad you've fallen in love with her and seen what I had. But it took years and years and years. I mean, imagine calling a girl Wakey Katie and things like that, honestly. But with those 3 pages and that 5 of Swords like that frozen, it's like there's a part of him that never got past that time. Yeah. And like I said, I've got nothing against it. I'm just not particular, you know. Poor love. My empathy is coming out now. He's beset by anxieties. He's beset by anxiety. You know, he was a member of one of the richest families in the world, and he was put out on this stage from the day he was born, and then that stage was brought onto him at such an early age and all the expectations when his mother was killed. I don't think they ever really, either of the boys, got the counselling they really needed at that age. He's beset with anxiety. And the reason that I think he might have inherited a little bit of the foot and mouth disease from his grandfather. From his grandfather. Unfortunate, but you know. But despite all the shortcomings, there is one thing about William that is good. The only thing he wishes for the world is justified outcomes. He doesn't view himself as a above the law or anything like that. He's fully aware of his position, giving him advantages that others don't like, but that others may not have. But that doesn't mean he, you know, I don't think he's a brat. Just he seems to be getting more and more awkward as he gets. He seems to be morphing into his grandfather, actually. He loves his wife. He loves his wife. He does envy Harry and Meghan being able to remove themselves. But he hasn't really forgiven Harry either, for heaven knows. But that's between them. But he wishes he didn't have to be. He wishes he could be retire from the world the way he's a lot shyer, I think, than people. He inherited foot and mouth from his grandfather, but shyness from his mother. And yeah, he's sort of emotionally frozen at a spot. And people are there's going to be some disappointment in how he is king. But you know what? You know, I don't wish the man any harm. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan. I don't. But I've always really, really liked Charles, Sweet Pea. I don't wish any of them harm. You know, but I do feel that they're going to be, after William, they're going to be, yes, acknowledged as the royal family, but it's not going to be a constitutional a constitutional monarchy. It's just they're going to be, you know, the family who are, and I don't think they'll get public purse money anymore because they're quite rich in their own right. Oh, not much. I had a reading on the Queen, did a bit of a Queen watch, bless her. Yeah, she is a hard act to follow. She was the people's princess. Prince Philip was the one who wanted to close that distance. But yeah, I think he thought Harry might help. Well, Buckingham House is undergoing some refurbishment and restoration now. That's the reason the Queen has moved to Windsor Palace. So, yeah, bless her. I don't think she'll ever move back there. But yeah. Will he grow into it? Will William grow into being the king? I don't think so, not ever fully. But he will be he'll be just. He'll be very just. But yeah, he's still like stuck at that point. He'll have some good advisors, but yeah, I don't think he ever really fully will. And that's not because I don't you know. Yeah. There's a lot of mess in that family, and I don't think there's ever really going to be a chance to clear up the mess in that family unless they can retire from the forefront of being, you know. Anyway, my darlings, I am going to wrap it up now. Thank you very much for joining me. If you want a reading, you can email me. If you want to join memberships, I am going to be doing a new video this week on, not sure whether it's a World War II mystery or a lost or hidden treasure. Could be one of each. And if you're a member, you will get to see those a day or two before everybody else. But let's have a look at what message Spirit might have for us. Hidden Worlds. Beautiful cards. Oh, honestly, the royal family of the 19th century, they've been pretty straight arrows compared to previous to that. I mean, debauched doesn't even cover what a lot of the royal family up until the 20th century were like. He's a bit of a throwback, Andrew. But anyway, guides of the highest truth and compassion, universal spirit. What message does Spirit have for us today? Full moon temple, beautiful. Celebration, peak, transcendent moment. Wow, look at that. That floating in the air, the temple, the celebration of the power of the moon. Let's have a look at what the book says. Number 27. The time has come to celebrate an achievement, a moment of glory and beauty, to recognize the sublime blessing that is with you. Celebrate all you have. Celebrate all you're blessed with. Give thanks for all that you have. Look around and know that in every moment of gratitude lies a key which unlocks more gifts, that opens a gate and allows the awaiting treasures of life to find their way to you. Create space within your life to celebrate and to give thanks. It can be a little bit of time. You can build a little shrine or whatever. But whatever you do, whatever space you create, whether it's within yourself or in your environment, use it to give thanks. Put down the work and carve out this time to stop, to take it all in, to look at it. And yeah. Life must have its moments to delight in. And find a way to bring into existence a celebration of what you have done in making it this far, and will continue to make it. Celebrate your life. Reawake the joy of your own existence. The illumination, or the passage you can read here, or you can say here, it's about illumination. I take the time to celebrate who I am and what I am becoming. Each achievement is worth recognizing, for when I do, the possibilities of life open up to me. So this is from the Hidden Worlds Oracle by Lucy Cavendish, and the artwork is by Gilbert Williams. Stunning, stunning, stunning cards. Beautiful. Thank you for that, Spirit. Okay, my dear, my dears, dear ones. Please enjoy your week, the rest of your weekend. And I am thinking of you. I will be back in a couple of days. And stay safe, stay strong, stay happy, stay loving, and stay healthy. And love you all. Bye bye.